YouTube indie series created by one Liam Vickers and produced and animated by Glitch Productions, or as I know them as, SMG4.
Shit! What the hell was that?
Hard to kill, hard to buy, hard to kiss, and hard to wife. And hide your husband, cause they raping everybody out there.
So long, gay Bowser.
Bitch! Hey, what you doing, motherfucker?
The one, the only, the badass Mickey.
What's up, bitches? It's my time.
Yeah, those guys. They made their own animation studio. I can't lie. Murder Drones is a weird show in my opinion, in the sense that it's one of the best shows I've ever seen, but also one of the worst. And nobody embodies that more than this gremlin right here, Sin, the Sinster. Sin is the overarching main antagonist of the series, and my favorite character in the series, which makes it all the more annoying that she really doesn't do a whole lot. Yes, we're told and shown that she blows up the planet, but that's just one thing. We don't get any info on anything else she's done besides her and the Murder Drones killing everyone at the Elliot Gala. But even then, we don't actually see her or the other Murder Drones attacking the people at the Gala. We just see N standing in the midst of it all. Okay, future Weegee here. Looking back at the scene, we do technically see them killing people, but like, it's off screen, so it's like, that's not really saying much. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Back to past Weegee. We barely get to see Sin or the other Murder Drones do anything. In fact, Sin only appears in 4 of the 8 episodes from the show. 2 of those appearances being really short. Yeah, not a whole lot. Now I know what you're rushing to the comments to say, but Weegee, she does appear more in the form of Tessa and Aldrich J. And to that I say,
You're correct.
But I'm talking about the Sin, not Sin in a Disguise, the one we see in episodes 2, 5, 7, and 8. And even then, she only appears in episode 2 at the very beginning as a flashback, and doesn't again until episode 5, where it's not even actually her, it's just another flashback, to which she takes a break from appearing again until the very end of episode 7. I calculated Murder Drones' runtime and added up to almost 3 hours. 2 hours, 51 minutes, and 49 seconds to be exact. Now, if we take Sin's screen time from each episode, not counting Eldritch J or Sin disguises Tessa, it sums up to around 13 minutes and 39 seconds. Yikes. That is not really something you want for your main antagonist. One thing that always annoyed me is that we never really get to know Sin's origins. Like, we know she was abandoned and treated like shit. And that's it. We don't know anything else. Not why she was treated like shit, not what she was like before the Solver, not how she met the Solver. Okay, well, we do know that one, but if you want to learn how, then I hope you like pausing your show and immersing yourself in for something that's literally never brought up again. Yeah, I don't really like this. I really don't want this to become like a Murder Drones review, because that's not what this video is supposed to be, but like, listen, Liam Vickers, I get it. You only had like 22-minute episodes to make up an entire story, so you ought to cut some things out and pay less attention to some things. But at that point, why are you only making them 22 minutes? There is a reason why short series like Arcane, which had around the same episodes as Murder Drones in both seasons, mind you, was around 40 minutes for each episode. You can't make a story like this in only fucking 8 episodes. Especially if it's like a fucking... If it has an entire fucking story built like this. Now, I will say, I don't really know if Liam himself is actually choosing the episode amount and length, or if Glitch is doing that, but either way, I don't know what they were thinking, making each episode only 22 minutes long. If I'm being honest, a lot of my problems with Sin and Murder Drones as a whole would definitely be solved if Murder Drones were actually greenlit for a season 2, or if they at least gave it the fucking first season a bit more episodes. I would have so fucking loved seeing like a fucking an entire episode dedicated to Sin, how she even met the Solver and all that, and how it like fucking changed her. Kind of like a fucking symbiote or fucking the fucking ink from Bendy. I think it would have made an extremely great way to get to know her motives more, since like just like her origins, her motives are left like really vague. If I remember correctly, as far as we know, her motives are just Galactus type shit. Like, she's just hungry. But we never get to know why she's hungry. Is it because she ran out of humans to eat? She's able to eat drone hearts too. Why should she care if she ran out of humans? My media literacy is dead as hell, so if any of you at home watching are able to explain, that'd be great. I really don't get why Glitch immediately dropped making multi-season series after their first one. By the way, speaking of their other series, I will be making a video reviewing every Glitch series because I am a masochist and love torturing myself. Like I said earlier, I don't really know if Glitch themselves are calling those shots or if it's the show directors calling those shots. Another thing I wish we also got to see is Sin, like, being the more serious kind of sadistic instead of always having fun with the victims before killing them. Like, don't worry, I get it. That's part of her character, but like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's hard to find her intimidating when she always has that goofy ass grin on her face. Even with the whole thing of her killing the entire planet and the implications of it killing everyone at the gala. It does not help that, like I mentioned before, it's only implied that she and the other drones killed everyone at the Elliot Manor, but we don't actually get to see it, so it doesn't hold as much weight in my opinion. Now, after all this, you might be thinking, wow, this person fucking hates Sin. And believe it or not, you'd be wrong. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Sin is genuinely my favorite Murder Drones character and one of my favorite characters of all time because I genuinely do see an incredible villain here that's extremely held back by terrible pacing and terrible writing, but to a much lesser degree. I think if Glitch wants to keep going with making miniseries instead of multi-season series like Meta, they really got to work out how to pace them better because Murder Drone's pacing is just, oh my god. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard the Amazing Digital Circus does a good job at fixing this problem. Again, though, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't vouch for that, unfortunately. And, yeah, I don't really have much to say. I just wanted to briefly talk about how underwhelming and disappointing this potential incredible villain was. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go patiently wait for that Murder Drones fighting game that Glitch Productions is so very obviously making right now, and I'm definitely not coping. Oh, and by the way, the next video will probably be about Bendy and the Dark Revival or Guilty Gear. Okay, bye!